Hi everyone, happy to see you here. Um, as Elena mentioned, I'm co-founder and CEO of FinSpot. We are a fintech company in SME lending space. And I'd like to say that we are a little bit special fintech company because none of the co-founders and only one team member actually comes from a banking sector. So the way we develop our product, the way we develop our service is really driven on one side from a experience of our average customer, and on the other side from the experience of IT industry. We are very familiar with innovation. When you develop a fintech company in a country like Serbia, you not only develop a financial product, but usually you develop infrastructure that is required to support that financial product as well. We proud ourselves that we obsess about customer experience, and we want to deliver them financing very quickly. We want to deliver them financing reliably. We want to deliver them financing in the amount they actually require it. So we finance invoices that are super small, and we finance invoices that are, let's say, up to 150,000 euros. In order to do so, we need to make financing extremely reliable for us. And we utilize all the tech that we can get our hands on in order to make that happen. Even though we are very tech heavy, very tech focused, things happen. And we need to update our internal procedures all the time in order to evolve with the market. And unfortunately, updating internal procedures, measures, protections, those things usually do not come after a nice team building, after a nice lunch, after on a sunny day when everything is going right. That happens when you have a massive problem and you're about to lose a lot of money. Let me take you 2 years back. So we were financing invoices for, let's say, 2 years. At the time, we have financed around 20 million euros worth of invoices, around 100 customers. We were implementing a lot of tools in the background to help us manage the financing process. At the time, we also had first automatic factoring transactions and so on. We were use machine fingerprinting, IP address checking, like everything that was available to us at the time to implement on our proprietary factoring software. But day has come. We asked the buyer to collect the invoice, and guess what? He was like, okay, we already paid that invoice to a different factoring company. And because we proud ourselves that we are very quick, that I was like, fine, we are probably the first one to finance. But guess what? We were not. And that's where, around 35,000 euro issue arise. Thankfully, we are tough nut to crack, and we really try to find a solution to the problem that we had, because our reasoning was if we don't do it, it is hard for others to do it, at least on our market. And also, that kind of our previous experience in innovation really help us with this product as well. So we were really thinking hard how to solve the issue of double financing fraud. And it's actually the issue that is not that common. Many factoring players did not encounter it. But I bet you I can do double financing with each and every one of you here. So if I'm going to put myself in the shoes of white hacker, I can really, do such a fraud relatively quickly. And at the end of the presentation, I will show you a couple of use cases. But then we see what is available in the industry, and an amazing idea came to us. It's called actually a hash function. It is an amazing algorithm that basically can create a specific key that is not reversible. So if you're on a local machine, you create a specific signature of your invoice, and you share that signature with other market players without delivering a single business information, you can check is the same invoice that you are about to finance, so that you can finance what some finance somewhere else. And that's how our solution came up. We call it a Whisper. Whisper is an amazing product because it is a relatively simple solution that works in the background. And for most of our clients, it works without them even noticing it until it catches a fraud. And the ability of the hash function to actually create the multiple signatures per invoice, to also create a signature for variation on your invoice. So it checks for even the similar invoices that might be financed somewhere else. It's something amazing. And this solution is, we are very happy to say that this solution is already in production, because our experience was very motivating, not just to us, but to also other players on our market, to see there's a real potential to such a fraud for them as well. Because previously we were very focused to verify the invoice. If we have a proper invoice that is not fraudulent, we thought we were fine. That is really not the case, because this is a different set of problems. And in October 2022, when our fraud happened, in about a month time, we had a proof of concept ready. We showed it to our partners in our factoring association. We started beta testing a few months later. And really quickly, all of us agreed that is around 11 banks, and I think around 10 factoring companies. We all agreed to start using it. At first, contracts were signed in March last year, and from June, we are live. At the moment, only one multinational bank is not integrated. They're going to be integrated by the end of the year. All other financing players on the market are using such a solution. And that was possible because everybody was really reasonable, but also because everybody understood the problem, and we made it super easy to actually integrate with the solution. So we provide people with ability to use APIs. You can upload in TXT file, in Excel. You can even do things manually. And so far we have tested over, I think, 10,000 invoices. We didn't discover so far a single fraud, although we have discovered multiple cases where certain factoring company actually financed some invoices. It was not the case. It was just the fact that somebody managed to provide financing quicker than the others. But overall, this product was really widely marketed, published on the market that it exists, and we believe that it really reduced possibility of fraud by simply being a very good deterrent. Very important information here is that we were quite clever in the way we distributed the product. So we licensed it to our Chamber of Commerce, that is a governmental institution, and then they licensed it back to everybody else. And that also helped build the trust in the product itself. And the fact that it was implemented by 11 banks, it was tested by IT teams, and all gives you a solid sort of track record that the product is secured and it is not sharing any kind of business data. We have also implemented a model pay-as-you-go. It's a very small fee per invoice, and it goes down if your number of invoices that you are financing is massive. And even if you sort of integrate between 5 or 10 factoring companies, not the whole market, you will still deliver a solid value, so to say. Very important thing in light of previous presentations that we had, very important thing that I really want to say. If you automate things and you really want to do that in the future to keep the cost down, to improve your service, if you pursue embedded finance, for example, this product is basically a must, because if you have a mix of traditional invoice financing companies and you have embedded finance, I bet that there's a lot of possibility for fraudsters to first, let's say, finance through traditional channels, just notify the buyer, and then finance through embedded finance platforms. Buyer will not know it in a short period of time, and because in most countries only notification of factoring is required, somebody is going to lose some money. And if you finance invoices on a larger scale, or if you finance small invoices, you really don't have time to check everything, and you are not going to call customers for 500 euro invoice or something like that. So in the future, if you want to automate, if you want to improve the service, a product like this might actually be a must, not just a nice additionality. And the technology that is required to solve it is really present. It is not that complicated, and it's very easy to be integrated in your existing operations. That would be it.